fabulous friends, and welcome to the first official day of the rebranding of Innocence Kills on YouTube. And today, we are here to talk about Riot Fest. Riot Fest. I went to Riot Fest this year. It was September 16th to 18th this year. And I also went to Riot Fest 2021. Riot Fest 2021 was my first Riot Fest, and this one was my second. This time I brought my girlfriend with me. The first time I went alone. I love Riot Fest. In fact, it's a dream of mine to play Riot Fest. More on that later. I love the way the stages are set up. I love the way that they have these little, rides. I love the concessions. I love the fact that they've got, vegan mac and cheese as a concession there. You can't get things like that most festivals. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't been to a ton of festivals, but most of the concerts and things I go to, you can't get stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate that. However, I do have some things I would change about it. For instance, the area as a whole is just not very accessible. It's lots of grass, it's uneven. It would be difficult for a person who had a rollator or a walker or a chair or even crutches to really navigate. It's hard to get one's footing there. So that's one thing I would change about it. Also, I don't exactly love the portalettes. They're not exactly well lit, so especially at night, to quote my girlfriend, using the portalette after dark is dangerous. And, we joke, but quite literally, let's say you were using one of those portalettes and you dropped your phone. You're not going to try to get it back once it falls into a portalette. And say you're from out of town and that phone was going to be how you're going to get your Uber to get out of there. At the end of the day, you're now stuck in Douglas Park, which is not a great place to be stuck in if you are somebody who is not familiar with Chicago. So that is definitely a thing. But the lineup, amazing. The fact that they have, this past year they had the original Misfits, but also Ice Cube was there. I got to learn about some new bands that were new to my world. Mannequin Pussy is a new band that I am now a hardcore fan of. It's a great way for the newer, younger, more up-and-coming artists to get lots of eyes on them, but it's also kind of an equalizer, you know what I mean? Being able to see a band like My Chemical Romance and be able to, get kind of close to them while they're playing without it, costing an arm and a leg. Because the fact of the matter is, you do have to factor in things food and accommodations and transportation. But the fact of the matter is that, the price for 2 people to go see a band like My Chemical Romance just doing a one-nighter versus the 3-day pass to Riot Fest, we're talking, either way we're talking a couple $100. And when you factor in all the other bands you're getting to see in addition, it's maybe a band like My Chem, maybe they have a cool opener, so you're seeing 2 bands, as opposed to all of the bands you get to see at Riot Fest. So I love that part, but of course, that kind of could be said for all festivals. But I love the fact that Riot Fest in particular focuses on kind of the more gritty, punk and rap type music. And, that's just sort of built into the culture there. I never seen so many punks in one place, and honestly, it makes you feel safe. Walking around looking like this, most of the time just walking around through my day, I don't get to see a ton of people who look like me, so getting to be surrounded by people that look like me, it's nice and it's freeing. Another thing that I'll have to add, though, is that locals don't want it there, and that was pretty clear. They would write these notes on the side of the fence that said things like Riot Fest, get out. Apparently, when Riot Fest happens there, they shut down that entire public park for pretty much months, and, you know, that doesn't seem cool. Like, if I were a local, I probably wouldn't be so into that. And I've seen other festivals be able to do that, like, achieve the things that Riot Fest achieves without, you know, upsetting the locals. Now, I also want to make it clear, right? To me, there's a difference between locals being upset because, like, oh, rock and roll, devil music, we don't want that here corrupting our kids, versus, like, you know, like that Tipper Gore thing, like, I'm not there for that. There's a difference between that and being like, I don't like not being able to take my dog to the park for 3 months. Like, for me, one of those is a lot more reasonable than the other. So, you know, we should pay attention to that. But on the whole, Riot Fest will give it an 8 out of 10. They lose 2 points for the accessibility issues and for the locals, but 8 out of 10 because the lineup is amazing, and, you know, the price is good for what you're getting, and, like, the sense of community around it is great. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing more things like this from now on. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.